So the project is Dhaka, and then we have Alberto, Perla, Rino, Tomar, and Shega. Okay, go ahead.
So basically we start, it's at the Dhaka Parliament, and basically we started with the scenario of how he created and arrived at this kind of geometry. So basically, firstly he started by creating a virtual room or square, then turning it around, and from the diagonals that are created, a central room is created at the center. So emphasizing the central room, he adds other elements and making and these elements bring the light from up, and it is created a communal space. So from the axis of this communal space, there are created other rooms that now they are the served spaces. So the served spaces, the service space around, and the communal space at the center. So what about the corners? What he does with the corners? To create this linkage between these rooms and this geometry, he emphasizes only one of the diagonal, connecting and linking the two functions of the building, the parliament and the mosque.
Okay. So now let's move to the three-dimensional.
Okay, if we see here in three-dimensional, we see the function that Kahn created, the main spaces, that is the parliament, the rooms that are the offices, the services that are inside, and the columns that are the element of connecting the lights from the
to bring the light. So there is
the
problem of the circle, of the square, is to this centralized space to emphasize the parliament.
If we see the plan is very clear from the axis.
Something about this?
About this, we created a module, and with this module we created a prefabrication element.
Okay, good.
With that prefabrication element, we recreated the spaces and the function of the buildings. So this is the element of reinterpretation.
Okay. So with the same element, you are playing different geometry. Very good. So let's go another project. The other project is the Scacchiere library, and the group is made by Onzian, Enrico, Belantina, and Viola. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, so we present the library, the extended library. From outside, it's considered like a block. We cannot really understand how complex the architecture inside. This is why we show to use this black cardboard. But when you go inside, this library is composed of different systems. We individuate the Kahn's principles, starting from the rooms. He used three rooms: the outside skin, the inside skin that is a filter, and the inner room that is the inside empty space. Then we consider as served space all the bookshelves. So we individuate another part, another principle of Kahn, the dichotomia between served and serving space. The third element is the prefabrication that we can see from the pillars and from the material used in the project. The pillars are not only pillars, they are also serving spaces. The main part of this project is the idea that the institution of culture needs a temple, so the library is the temple for the culture, for the knowledge. This is why in the process of innovation of this project, we decided to emphasize the void that before was just a void, a void sphere, now is going to be a materic sphere. It's going to be a room in the middle of the new library. This room is going to host a new way of knowledge, so it's going to be probably a multiteca, medioteca, or a projector room. And we inverted the process. Until now, in the simple scheme, we can see that there was an inner space between the rooms. It was the filter where people were going around. It was the serving space. Now we inverted. So before we had the compact part with the bookshelves in the middle. Now we bring it outside. So we will have the empty space completely in the center, where we'll have the symbol of the knowledge, that is this sphere. The sphere. Then from outside it will look as it was before, so it's going to be a block. But the most important part was the idea of keeping the Kahn principles also in this new form.
Okay, very good. All right, let's move to the other one. slice is yours. Don't forget the system we mapped it to 11 and all the other things. Okay. Go.
So, bring dormitory.
Bring more dormitories, Patrice, Bora, Silvia, and Frank. Shh. Go ahead.
This building didn't only want it to be a dormitory, but it also wanted to be an institution. So Kahn uses the same principle of a system within a system, where you place the communal space within the private space.
And this is the real complex part of the project, and for this reason we choose to represent it in detail. Among these two systems, the pillars, and what the pillars want to be.
Don't go away, you are taking the picture.
They want to be walls, and in this way they become a unique element with clear and strong identity. This is one of the most important aspects of the architecture of Louis Kahn. In addition to this, another aspect is how he celebrated the communal space, and he does this through the light coming from the top, through the light shells.
If we think of each of these units as cells, the aggregation of these cells makes a new typology, which actually is a scheme. This scheme can be combined in different levels because the system allows extensions, and it can grow and it can alternate. This system can grow vertically, also horizontally. This can be made in urban scale. For example, it can be a village or it can be a campus. So the idea is a new typology which can create this different combination from urban scale to other scales. And the idea of the castle can allow the variation going higher or spreading.
Very good, very good. All right, okay. Now we take the picture, okay? So, all right, we go, everybody there. Everybody will be close to the table, a little bit around.